Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Sausage Party, Foodtopia, TV show. Well, see, normally I'm doing a trailer analysis. I feel like at this point for this particular project, I'm just warning you to avoid it. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 14 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So the premise of this movie is that food is alive. Let that sink in. Food is alive, and it can talk. It can have feelings. It can mate and do all sorts of weird things. Why? Doesn't really make any sense whatsoever. Sometimes it's a slice of bread. Why not the whole loaf? Sometimes it's a bottle of ketchup, like the face is on the bottle, or a bag of chips. This is a sequel to the Sausage Party movie. Then sometimes it's a piece of fruit, which technically was alive. And then in this case, it's, Seth Rogen is the hot dog Frank, and Michael Cera's in it. And at one point, Michael Cera takes over this dude physically, like Ratatouille, except instead of pulling his hair, he inserts himself up his butt and then can make him do things. Again, doesn't make any sense. Like, the entire premise of this film doesn't make any sense. There's a scene where the human proclaims he's in love with a hot dog. I mean, I get some of it, some of it could be funny. Like, you got the French products, and they'd be French. Ha. Got an everything bagel. He's a bagel, so he's Jewish. Like, I get that. But, I mean, this is like something. It's a new series, July 11th. Something you just wonder, what were they thinking? Like, who is this for? Who is this for? I don't know. I mean, I don't think Sausage Party did all that well. And then here, Frank shows up with food. He calls it finger food, and it's actual fingers. So I guess the idea is the food is eating humans. Edward Norton's in it. Will Forte. I mean, they're not in it. It's a lot of butt stuff. A lot of gross humor. Which I'm not opposed to, but, like, none of this makes sense. And some of it's just weird and mean. I mean, I guess you could argue that it's unique. You could say that. Let's see if Sausage Party did anything. I don't think Sausage Party did well. And, for the concept, maybe you get away with one movie. But this is, here it is. Well, worldwide gross was 141 million. So maybe, what was the budget? Well, that's pretty good. So it made some money. It only cost $19 million to make. 97 million worldwide. All right, you made money. Some things make money. I don't quite get them. This is one of them. So would I see it? No. Obviously not. But, because to me, the comedy's not landing because it's just so insane. Food is alive. Like, almost anything else being alive kind of makes slightly more sense. Because they wouldn't be dependent upon people are dependent upon food to live. Like, it doesn't, the concept just doesn't scan for me. And, you know, that they're afraid of being eaten, and that they have limbs and faces and voices. Like, none of it makes any sense to me. But, okay. I guess you could continue down this path. You know, for people who like really gross humor, I guess, and don't really care. But see, to me, the comedy doesn't work because but it's a hot dog. I just don't get it. But maybe it's me. Maybe I'm too old for sausage party Foodtopia. Maybe I'm, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting too old. So this is a TV series. So I guess there'll be various adventures. It begins with Frank and the gang starting their Foodtopia. They have broken out of the supermarket following the events of the movie, and they're establishing a realm in which they will live forever as food. Like, doesn't the food go bad? Like, where's that joke? Don't listen to him. Why? He's gone bad. You know, wouldn't the food eventually go bad? So anyhow, food is alive. And they take over the supermarket, and they go outside where they have a big party and a concert. I don't know where they get the little instruments. And then the rain comes, and that kills a bunch of them, including the brainiac piece of food. I don't know what kind of food he is. It looks like an old piece of gum, maybe. That's somehow still alive, but again, I don't know how any of this is alive. And then he dies, and then they're lost. See, here they are mourning the guy, and then so they have to rebuild Foodtopia. And things aren't going well, so they decide they need a human for Foodtopia because I guess the refrigeration system broke down, and now they're trying to use this ice cube to keep from going bad, but they were outside. Like, I get that it's a crazy concept, but even a crazy concept has to have rules that make some amount of sense. So you can't just suddenly say, well, see, the problem is there's no refrigeration. Well, then they wouldn't have left the store if that's what keeps them alive. Or they would have, I don't know, turned up the refrigeration unit so even outside they would get some amount of coldness. Or, I don't know, maybe they only can go outside for a short time, like that's their limit. But then you have Michael Cera's character traveling all over through the woods as a hot dog, a weenie, I guess. So how does that work? And then it gets dropped in dirt and wet and up a guy's butt. Like, none of this makes sense. So you can't, there's no danger here, because you're just creating the physics of the universe as you go. So you're just saying, okay, now this is a problem. But if it wasn't a problem before, you're just basically dropping the problem and saying, this is the problem now. That is sort of a roundabout way of telling us rather than showing us. So, yeah, so I guess the problem is that they need the human to fix the supermarket, and they take him over and bring him there to use his knowledge, but it doesn't seem very smart. And then I guess the police never show up to find out about the people who are killed by the food, or just abandon the supermarket, so food is left to run rampant. for some reason, and then they bring this guy in, and he's able to what exactly? He seems like an idiot, and then he falls in love with a hot dog because he can talk to the hot dog. See, like, jokes need, again, some kind of common ground. I don't understand the universe you're trying to portray here. This crazy food universe where people were eating food and it was a normal day at the beginning of sausage party, and now it's some sort of food revolution. It just seems an excuse to make a bunch of terrible jokes about food and other things. And the size, what's going on with the sizes here? This is a bottle, jacked up whiskey, and a bagel. Again, a bagel would go stale, the hot dog would rot. All the food would be over now. It would all be rotting away. There are no flies in this universe. You can't have some realistic things and then not others. I guess you could argue maybe it's a cartoon universe. I mean, maybe there's something in Sausage Party that established that. Or maybe there was some sort of, I don't know, ray from another dimension that brought all these foodstuffs to life, and now they're refusing to go quietly. And I don't know. Somebody try to make it make sense. I guess. I don't get it. So, I'm not going to watch it. I guess you could watch it. I don't know why you would. Am I the only one not getting it? Here's Foodtopia. What is this for? What is it for? I guess it's for comedy. And maybe it's a sort of thing like these guys are so caught up in their politics, right? And they want to do comedy. They desperately want to go back to comedy, but they know they can't do certain things in terms of jokes, in terms of material, unless they go so far afield from reality that none of that will land. Or maybe they'll still do them. I mean, after seeing that Christmas thing that Seth Rogen did, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a bunch of political stuff in this. All right, let's read the write-up. Starring Seth Rogen, Kristen Wiig, Michael Cera, David Krumholtz, Ed Norton. Oh, man. Is that okay? Will Forte, Sam Richardson, Natasha Rothwell, and Yasir Lester. An 8-course television event, Sausage Party, Foodtopia, premieres the 11th. So, no word yet. Oh, wait. The film was just the appetizer. Get ready for sloppy seconds as we fought. See, sloppy seconds, that's the wrong thing. It's like sloppy seconds means something else. Follow Frank, Brenda, Barry, and Sammy during their mission to build their own society. And I kind of don't have confidence in Seth Rogen and his writers anymore to not only not pull off comedy, but not pull off a society. So, I don't know. So it's this. Food, Sausage Party, Foodtopia. Coming to Prime. It doesn't look woke. So there's that, I guess. Although maybe it is. I mean, that would just be icing on the cake, wouldn't it? Haha. That not only is it just so bizarre and out there that it's also woke, and it's not funny. I mean, you watch the trailer and tell me. Just seems like a lot of jokes that aren't landing and that are kind of easy, kind of parodies of other movies and stuff. Like, they're trying, it feels like they're kind of trying to connect back to their roots, or at least Seth Rogen is. I mean, he was a comedian or a comedic guy. I would like to see him do something funny again about guys getting high or whatever. But okay. Foodtopia. Sausage Party Foodtopia. There it is. And that's it for me, Tony D. And Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. If you can find a more base take, I say, take it. I will be at Crossroad Comics and Collectibles, not games, collectibles. I said games yesterday. From 2 to 6 on Friday. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.